Good evening, everyone. It is September 11th, 2023, and rollover appears to be complete. More volume being done as of the open, actually, today. Uh, Tomorrow, no major news. Wednesday is going to be what we're waiting for, the big number pre-market CPI. Friday, by the way, OPEX, quarterly expiration. I believe the futures expire as well. So probably a choppy day after that Euro close, maybe even a little bit earlier than that. So looking at a few weird days towards the end of the week. Tomorrow should be normal. Looking for a smaller range ahead of this big data. Let's go over to the Nasdaq for a second here. And sorry, these lines are getting copied over from that other lower time frame chart for some reason. But let's delete them temporarily. We have broken back into this balance here. And what I'm referring to is this sort of thing right here. So we finally have a daily close inside of it. We've accepted above, in my opinion, these 475 highs. So I am bullish on the Nasdaq. With that said, how am I looking to trade it? Let's go. Yeah, sure. A 1 hour chart works just fine. Uh, what I'd be looking for is if we break the overnight high or the IB high or some sort of structure like that tomorrow, what I'm going to be looking for is for us to get into there's an RTH gap that goes up to about 728 or so. Possibly get some offers there, but if that does not give much of a range on the day, if the day's range is only something like this, 80 points, I'm going to look for that to continue upwards. I'm going to look for us to get into more so that 800 number, that August open. Now, if instead we break the overnight lows, the IB lows, kind of break this 95% monthly value area high around 610, the weekly open 618s, the today's RTH and VWAP close 606 is if we start to break these kind of pivoty numbers, I'm going to look for us to sell down into that high time frame balance number that I just mentioned, that 475 number. That's what I'll be looking for us to back test in that case. So that's how I'm looking at the NQ. I'd be looking for us to sell down to 475 and probably end up catching some bids somewhere around there, right? That'd be a decent range, around 200 points, 150, 200 points. On the ES, here we go. Yes, still capped inside of this 45-ish number, unable to accept above the monthly open at 42 and 3/4. That September monthly open. It did manage to get some trade going above the weekly open at 45.38. However, struggling once again during Globex. So the ES looking a little bit heavy, much like the NQ. I'm looking for it to either get a breakout going, so if we break the overnight highs or IB highs or something like that, I'd be looking for at least a 30-point range on the day. 45.65 has been a critical number from this balance over here. You can see kept holding around these sort of lows. So I'd be looking for us to get into somewhere around there for the highs. Probably, maybe if we had extended further down already, maybe only getting up to about 52, 54, those 95% monthly value area highs from August. To the downside, if we lose the weekly point of control, today's IB low at 22.25, we'll probably have broken the overnight low, the IB low, the opening range low, various measures of structure or auctions, and I'd be looking for us to get into 45.15. Once again, some sort of 30-ish point range, 25, 30-point range. If we manage to get up to 38, reject the weekly open, you're looking at somewhere around 15, 10, something like that. 45.03-ish probably becomes a purchase, where the RTH gap closed at 94. Doubtful we'd get much lower than that. So in general, looking for the NQ to carry us upwards, ES being a little bit of a laggard, unable to break the IB high towards the end of the day, whereas the NQ was just absolutely ripping and forced a stop out on me. You can see it just ripped above the IB high over here at 646. So the NQ doing a much better job there. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. That's all I have for you guys. Updates pre-market per usual. Have a great night. Trade safe.